I'm glad you asked that question, Jordan. Because I think this needs to be explained. And I guess it is a battle or a war. It's the war or the battle is for the minds of the people who are watching. Where does the attention go? Where do they put their attention? Are they going to the TV? Are they going to which place to get their information to create their reality, their shared reality? And if 200,000 come and watch this show that would have gone to watch, Superman or the Beverly Hillbillies or whatever half-hour comedy show, which isn't even funny on TV, if they start watching our artists talk about their art, if they start visionaries speaking about what they've done about sustainability, and that becomes their norm, that's what I want to see during my week. I want to be inspired by people. I don't want to just have my energy drained by some source of creativity that is non-existent because its main intention is to dumb people down. Its main intention is not to educate. And I think that the power of this as a tool is that it finally gives a lot of individuals who never had the chance to take something and have a whole bunch of people see it, at least the possibility of seeing it. Now it's possible because of the internet. And it's like for me, all of a sudden, I wasn't a filmmaker, none of this stuff, but I always had this idea, dream. I want to do a web TV show. I want to do something that I get to control, the content and how it's done, independent of finances, independent of whether somebody says you can do it or not. Because then my creativity all of a sudden has a vehicle to go, here you go. This is what I want to do. And what I want to do is go around and interview all these people who are amazing, who are doing something amazing and can be inspiring for everybody else if they just went, there are a lot of inspiring people around. And they're Canadian and they're next door, but nobody knows about them because CBC is too busy giving 30 seconds to, a fire or something like that. Or somebody dying or some politician or businessman doing some big deal. And they give 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and they never give like an hour for somebody to explain their philosophy of life. They don't give all the other connections for a person to understand why that person has that philosophy. You just see a 10-second picture of Jordan painting and go, here's Jordan Ben. We need to be educated about our own people and what they're doing so our children or our youth can go, I want to be like that. And currently our heroes on TV are Rambo. And and if you look at PlayStation, you look at the whole brainwashing of violence.
Yeah. Absolutely right. Although there has been, it's not like the entire history of media is just filled with a bunch of brainless violence. There is a lot of incredibly beautiful things that people, and there are programs and there are incredible filmmakers that take time to articulate artists and people making films. And it's not something that's not being done. It is being done. It is, and you're doing it in your own way now. But it's not in competition. Like they do it, and they don't. It's not in competition with the mainstream. It's just another part of the milieu, right? It's another part of the mosaic. That's all. It's not. And I don't think you need to, because I think when you fight, I think that's sort of part of the conflict problem. Like if you continually think in conflict with something else, it just instead of. That's not really transformative. It's just a continuation of that same issue, just in another way. That's all. Just another chapter of that conflict between us all. And it's not. I don't think that's very fun, or very creative itself, actually, in the long term. And I do agree with you. Yes, there's mindless garble, and it's mostly bullshit, and it's mostly controlled and product placed and very violent and very silly. And no, I know this very well, and I can't stomach it much myself anymore. But I don't engage in it. I choose things now that are enlightening, to some degree or another, for my own imagination and my own work, which is primarily in my heart and my focus in life. So it's a very, it's becoming, that's what taste is all about. When you articulate your taste in life, you begin to choose. Because everything is here, and everyone has a right to, and a creative privilege and a validation by doing what they do. And the beautiful thing is you can choose everything that you see and do and feel and walk, and that is the beauty of being physical. Like we have it all. We have freedom. It's just a matter of using it. Really, really using it consciously in this very breath, this very step. So instead of choosing to watch television, you go to a film festival like this. Or you go to, you just make those choices. But you have to create, of course, creating the content is a very important part of who you are, or who anyone is who decides to take that step and bring it out there. And it's just some is better promoted in our marketing sense, and some is a little bit more ground roots level, and that's fine. So it's just choosing. Just you have to choose. It's not in conflict. I don't think we should conflict everything. Just a matter of just creating. That's all. And then your own will come to you, as it said. Like, you know, it's a beautiful saying, and I think that's quite true. This festival, its first run was well attended. You know, it will grow. It will grow. It will grow beautifully. You know, and I'm glad that I could be a part of it and help it visually. So hopefully that my hand can help. Like when someone sees the poster, they're able to, you know, I mean, there's someone's, you know, like it'll spark something interesting, so they'll want to go, regardless, you know, like. Then that's exciting, you know. Like, and it's kids making movies, and there's nothing more charming than seeing, you know, young imagination. Right? So it's just like, that's very cool. I mean, it's a very, like, I'm very pleased to have a little taste in this, and we worked together. You know, like, you came, and, you know, like, whatever money was involved was little, and, you know, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's not financing. It's just it's the ideology. It's the beauty. Because it's the right thing to do. You know, it's like, it's happening. You know. And it's not in conflict with any other. It's not in conflict with the Vancouver Film Festival. You know, it's not like, well, we're better than that. You know, like, it's not like, you know, it's not like that. It's just we're just doing that. I mean, and it's like we just think that, you know, the first step is just getting rid of the conflict up here and in here. I mean, it's just like so awful. It creates just cynicism and bitterness towards other people, like, consistently.